This is recording now. That's right. Perfect spot right now. Check. Okay. All right. We're using the COMICA Boom XD Pro to start. Hello. And then we're jumping over here to the VM40s. That's right. The VM40s. Check it. All right. The VM40s, check, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So that's what it sounds like over there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so we're going to be able to do all of our tests now that we've got the microphones working. Again, one more time just to check it out. Here is the VM40 right up next to the camera, the VM40 right next to the camera. We've got it at plus 18 so that it can actually get me from a distance. And this one right here, this is the VM40 that's closer to me, and we've got it at plus 10 right now. So we're gonna go ahead and start the video, and we're gonna use this in the video, but to start the video, let's go ahead and actually read some of a script that I created for it. Let's go ahead and jump through it. Whoa, we should have the bot. Hey, today we're checking out the COMICA VM40, a USB condenser microphone that packs a ton of pro-level features without overcomplicating things. That's right. Whether you're podcasting, streaming, recording voiceovers, or just trying out a way to sound better on Zoom calls, this thing might be just what you need. That's right. Let's redo it. We're going to do it right now. This is it. This thing might be just what you need. We don't actually even need this. Okay. Right off the bat, we've got studio-grade 24-bit 48 kilohertz audio, which is a fancy way of saying your voice is going to sound crisp, clean, and detailed. None of that muffled, I'm talking through a sock sound. That's right. One of the coolest things about this microphone is it's got switchable polar patterns. You've got cardioid, omnidirectional, bidirectional, and stereo all built in. Need that clean, focused sound for solo recording? Use cardioid. It picks up just you and cuts out the background noise. Interviewing someone or recording a podcast? Flip it to bidirectional, perfect for capturing both sides of the conversation. The VM40 has smart gain control, meaning it automatically adjusts so your voice stays at just the right volume, even if you get loud or move around. No more peaking, clipping, right? No more weird volume dips. It just adjusts the volume gain as you're speaking. Speaking of pro features, real-time headphone monitoring. That's right, if you plug in headphones straight from the mic, you can actually hear exactly what the audience hears. In my case, I'm using in-ear headphones, so I don't actually need to use that feature, but I can just plug in directly to each microphone and hear exactly what it sounds, so testing can be a breeze. Another super handy feature is it does have a one-touch mute button, so whether you're on a live stream or a call or a recording, you can instantly mute yourself without fumbling settings. So, for the people using these things in live situations, button, no problem, all right? Let's be honest, looks of these things also matters. So the RGB lighting isn't just for show. You can also customize it to match the setup and turn it off if you want a clean, distraction-free look, right? So it's got the lights on there, as we said. If you want to take those off, no problem. Nobody wants to spend hours setting up a mic. This is just straight up plug and play. It works with PC, Mac, and even phones. Just plug in the USB, select the settings, and boom, you're recording. No extra software, no complicated drivers, it just works. Plugging in the mic, switching it as an input source is super simple to do. It pops right up as the COMICA VM40 on your computer or any device. It even has a really cool windscreen. Gotta check this thing out. Yeah. This windscreen is insane. All right, so yeah, each one has a windscreen. They're awesome. I like that. All right, so the COMICA VM40 sounds pretty solid on paper, but let's see what it can actually do. Let's run through and check out the different features in real time, okay? Let's check it out. Okay, so if we come to the microphone itself, on the very bottom, we have the ability to actually change the gain. And right now this one's set to 10. I can just spin that, and if I spin that, it goes from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, and I can turn it back up. Right, let's go ahead and put it at 9. Let's put it at 9 right now. And then we've got this button right here. It looks like a Wi-Fi wireless button. If I click that, that's going to turn the safety on. Check, 1, 2. Here we have no lights on, so this is without the settings. This is just normal, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, cardioid style. Here we go. 1, 2. You can't really hear me on the sides here at all, but you can hear me right here. This one's up close and personal. So if I'm going to be using this like a handheld microphone, this is going to be the setting I'm probably going to be using with it. But no, bottom blue. Bottom blue, here we go, bottom blue. Check that one out. Here you go. If you're going to be doing something like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hello, this one's got more sound all around. All right, so sometimes if you just put it up in the air, this one can sound like that. Whoa. And here's the part of the video where we take a look at the app, because it makes using the microphone a breeze. As we can see right here on the actual phone, I am showing that you can change the mode right there on top just by clicking on mono, and then I can change it between stereo, safety. I'm going to go ahead and keep it on mono. I can go into the denoise and I can change it to high, of course. I'm going to keep it on low. I can also jump right in here to the microphone and change the settings. I can mute the microphone, start recording with the microphones, and change the low cut and the high frequency balance, all from the phone. And again, it's nice to be able to see what's recording, what's not recording, and just to be able to get a status update. I can go into the settings up here on top, which is pretty cool because I can see the phone speaker monitoring is on, but I couldn't seem to get that to work. It could just be my phone, and I'll have to test some more with that. So you guys let me know on that one. When it comes to the actual transmitter settings, the denoise and all this stuff, you can do all of these things with the actual little transmitter right here. As you can see, I've got this little transmitter device plugged in with a USB-C device all the way to my computer over here. So yeah, I hope I'm not talking too loud. I think I'm talking pretty loud. Yeah, as we can see, I've got the transmitter right here hooked up USB-C to my computer. So that's how we're actually recording this right now. I'm actually recording over here on the computer setup right now, and that's how we're getting it, just mixing the different cameras together. On the phone, I'm able to go into universal, and then I can see receiver screen brightness and firmware upgrade. Oh, I can see there is a new version right here. The upgrade takes about 2 minutes. Let's go ahead and give that a try. Confirm the upgrade. Ooh. Let's see what it does. The file is being verified. Please wait patiently. So we're watching the firmware update happen live right now. That's right. And before we go back to the living room, let's take a look at the website right over here. We can see that as it shows, 2 different shotgun mics can go to 1 transmitter. Different features as you would expect to see on any web page, you know, where people are selling their microphones all the time. 32 gigabyte onboard storage, which means you just don't have to worry about those high quality recordings really running out of space anytime soon. You'd have to be somebody who would just be going out day after day after day and recording constantly to really fill that up. Truly, go ahead and take a look at the website if you need to. I pretty much think that this is it. We're going to go ahead and go back to the living room and finish up the video. Okay guys, so before we end the video, I'd like to mention COMICA is a brand I've used for many years now. It's a wonderful budget brand, and it allows me to get things done without having to always break the bank, as they say, right? And right now, when you see these new devices that they've got, whether it be the COMICA microphone that I started using recently, this little Boom XD, it's got 8 gigabytes at least on it that I can store audio, so it makes it really easy to get around. I'm going to use it more often because there's less setup. I don't have to have an actual interface to transmit to, such as my phone or some other thing like a computer, right? And even for devices like this now, that I've actually got the ability to use these different shotgun microphones for not just the ability to do mono interview style podcasting, but to actually set them up in a stereo situation to create all kinds of unique content creation situations. I'm going to use them more. And the fact that they're so easy to use just makes them really great. Again, they do have a USB-C on the side of them, as you can see right there. If you get to the point where you actually want to just use these with your computer, you can plug them in USB-C and they connect direct, right? Which is super, super cool. That's right. And if I didn't mention it before, I am using this little in-ear monitor system because I wanted to be able to hear what all of the microphones sounded like as I was doing the video. I haven't really used these in a setup before, and I'm still kind of learning it myself, although I think it's essential and super important to be able to have these. So right now I'm using a little Melon R wireless transmitter set, and I'm hooking it up with the VM40 transmitter right here. On each of those, I can see that it's recording. I can also set each of those so I know, not only are they recording, but I can see at what volume are they recording at. And again, this microphone right in front of me is set to +10. The microphone right over there on the camera is set to +18. And then after that, it goes to -18, and then can go all the way to 0 and so on. So if anybody has any questions, feel free to put them in the comments. I'm happy to answer as much as I can. Again, this is the kind of stuff that I'm not only super interested in, but I use it not just for the content creation, for unboxings, but I use it in my personal life when I'm out there trying to do jobs with clients, because I need stuff that's going to be reliable, that's going to work. but I also need to be able to get things done without the fear of breaking every single thing if it's worth thousands of dollars, right? So I need to be able to have things that work, but also don't, again, break the bank, right? So I think that we're here in a good situation with this one. The VM40 does come with one shotgun microphone, and if you want a stereo situation like the one I'm using right now, each one does actually hook up, each transmitter will hook up with 2 microphones. So you only need one of the receivers, right, to actually, receivers I should call it. You only need one of those to hook up 2 microphones. And again, for the price, thank you guys for watching. I will see you in the next video. And if there's any questions that you have, bring them on. I'll see you later. All right, bye. Bye. Okay, wait. For the people who don't know this, you can actually move pretty far away from where the receiver's at, and it'll still work just fine. But these are kind of a line of sight microphone. And what I mean by line of sight microphone is that you need to kind of have them in sight of their transmitter. Otherwise, there's going to be cutouts, right? If we start to kind of go far away, or if we kind of block this with our body and stuff. And the reason for that is because these things can only output so much power. If they try to output more power, then there's going to be maybe potential issues with sound, right? Because they're actually going to have too much gain, and there's going to be some audio issues. What do you want to use them for? And for, again, the average person, these things are going to be great for certain situations. Again, if you've got singers running around on stage, or if you've got people doing things and they're running 360s, no, you do not want to give them one of these things. But if you've got people, again, doing basic content creation, podcast type stuff, interviews, whatnot, wonderful to have them. In-depth video review over. What do you think we should do? Should we end it like a rock star? Should we end it like a rock star? You should buy the COMICA VM40. Okay, we're done. We're done, Caspi. We're done. We did it. We did it. We finished the video. Yeah. We finished the video. Yeah. We finished the video. Yeah. We finished the Okay, we're done. We're done. We're done. We finished the video.